Scorpio, and welcome to your love reading. This is particularly for single Scorpios, and just give me a minute. I'm just looking at your cards, and I'm trying to get a sense of what's going on here for you. So what we do is we look at you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, your advice card, your challenge, and the outcome. And I'm going to pull you another card. Now mentally, I've got you as the 8 of discs, okay? So I think a lot of Scorpios are very focused on work, basically. It's a deeper card than work, this 8 of discs. So it's, to me, it's got a little spider behind it, and this spider's weaving his web. So rather than just work, I think the Scorpios are contemplating their place in the whole, okay? Where do I belong? Okay, you know, how do I use my time, which is discs, to fit in a way that I really belong, that my heart sings, that I'm true to my own soul, true to my own spirit, okay? That's where I'm getting your emotion, you're mentally at this month, okay? That's where you're at, Scorpio. Now, emotionally, you've got a very interesting card here. You've got the 7 of Swords. And when the 7 of Swords turns up in a love reading, particularly emotionally, there's a sense of being in a gateway, and you're not sure whether to walk forward or back, okay? It's almost like a... Look at the picture, guys, okay? Yeah, he's in the middle. It's a destiny here, and he's almost there, but he's also looking back. So for some of you, this might be a love that you're looking back at. Some of you might be newly single, still attached to someone. There's something that's taking your energy backwards. Don't ever judge where you are, Scorpio. If you can, I know that's a really hard thing to do, but we're always where we're meant to be. Alternatively, this is called the Thief card, but we have to start looking at the tarot much deeper, and it basically means your thinking processes are robbing you of your emotional peace and your emotional happiness. So I'm going to pull you another card for that, actually. Oh, that's really interesting, because the Sun card came up with that. So the Sun card is always a relax, everything's good, everything's going to be okay. The Sun doesn't have to do anything, does it? Okay? It gives its energy, it's self-aware, and it doesn't have to do anything to be loved, and it doesn't have to do anything to be happy. It just shines. And I'm wondering, for some Scorpios, if there's a chain of thought going on within you. For you that are not attached to the past, if you've got a chain of thought which is taking away your essence, which is taking away your right to be happy in the present moment, which is the only place our emotions can actually exist. And it seems like there's a thinking process that might be robbing you of your present-centered happiness. Because I'm getting a lot of your focus is on where your place in this world is. Okay? You can't help it. That's what drives you. You're driven by your soul, and you're driven to evolve. Now, spiritually, regarding love, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is very interesting. Quite often the wheel, and you've got 2 tens, represents a gap, okay? It's a turnaround of events, and it always turns around in the question that we're asking, obviously. So we're asking about love. So for some Scorpios, this can be a whole change of circumstances, there's a meeting with destiny. But what I want you to work at, Scorpio, is allowing yourself to be in that Sun card emotionally, because our emotions only live in the present moment. And that 7 of Swords can mean I don't want you to be robbed of your happiness. Yeah? Because it can mean that that's what's happening. And your advice is to be in the present moment and to try and be in that sun. Okay? Then the Wheel of Fortune turns. Lovely card to get, and it's just appeared again. So that's very interesting. The Wheel of Fortune's that date with destiny, because we're not really in control of anything. The only thing we're in control of is to get rid of the things that rob us of our happiness and our connection with the divine. Now, your first advice card is a Ten of Wands. So I've got two strong meanings again. Actually, I've got about 22, but I've got to try and narrow it down. It's a 10, it's an ending of a cycle, and quite an oppressive cycle. Maybe some Scorpios have been working too hard, focusing on, just carrying two burdens, okay, and you're exhausted. Or this is psychological burdens, and what that would be like, maybe feelings of guilt, feelings that are making you bogged down. Because again, the Seven of Swords is saying to me that something's potentially robbing you of your vitality and your joy. And it tends to be past things that have happened, people have done to us or we've done to them, and we're still carrying it. But these two cards together are basically saying a very, very similar thing to me. You've got a hugely deep reading, Scorpio, okay? I just can only work with what I've got. Now, your challenge is Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is simply someone who wants a Ten of Cups. It's a spiritual search. Okay, it's that inner spiritual search. It's spiritual because he's dressed in purple and gold, yeah? The higher chakras, Jupiter, that inner wealth, that inner spirituality. But this is your challenge. So I bet like that 8. I've got this, there's a search. I think some Scorpios, I've got a feeling that there's something missing at the moment. That's what I'm getting a bit with this card and that card. And you want it, end of, okay? And boy, do you deserve it. Now the outcome is the Justice card, which is a very interesting outcome, because traditionally the Justice card means what you've been waiting for is manifesting. Okay, so you planted a seed, you've tended the garden, and this is a Justice card. So that would be you'll be reaping what you've been waiting for. I have never ever seen it as a negative card. It's a bit different in this deck because she's got a blindfold on, which means it's not quite as cut and dry as how I tend to read the card. So I'm going to pull you another card, and the wheel's still here. Okay, it's not going away. 3 tens, which means the ending of a cycle. Something new wants to happen. See, when I say I don't like it, I don't mean it that way, Scorpio, because the tarot and its ultimate is a tool to help us transform, okay? And there's something to do with this that's emotionally keeping you, robbing you of your joy, okay? Only the person watching knows what it is. For me, the Ten of Wands is tends to be a lot of guilt, but I'm thinking for Scorpio, actually, for Scorpios it might be a lot of guilt, things that didn't happen perfectly, responsibilities of the past that you're still carrying. But you deserve the sun. You deserve emotional joy. And so only you can work with these two cards to start to lay down those 10 wands, okay? And we do it one at a time. That's all we can ever do, it one at a time. And be in the present moment. It's the only place that you can actually feel your feelings and your joy. And that's what tends to put these wands down. You don't have to dig for them, they just start appearing. I want another card for you. I don't know why. I feel there's a tiny little bit missing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The Page of Cups, which is the potential here for a new love. Pages are always beginnings, yeah. I've got another meaning coming through. His heart's been renewed, okay, see it? And the only way to renew your heart is to put down these wands and that Seven of Swords. We all hurt people and we all get hurt. It's a transformation of that which will bring you back to that beautiful, that innocence, that pure heart, or this is the beginning of a love interest for someone. Different meanings for different people. In a strange way, they're both the same thing, because if you're not meeting them right now in the outside, but you're connecting with the Page of Cups in the inside, it's literally a matter of time. So they're both the same sort of energies, okay? What a fascinating reading, Scorpio. I could read this reading for about 2 hours, okay? You can contact me directly, my email's in the About section, but start to put down these wands, okay? You're coming from the night into the day. It's so hard, isn't it, sometimes to put those wands down. But the sun is about present moment living. And that's where you need to go to, okay? Okay, what a lovely reading, guys. I wish you all the best. Speak soon. Bye.